Welcome back to Geekin Out. I'm yours truly, Don Dave Meister here for another audio by Geekin Out freaking reviews. And I am here today with my boy once again.
Yo.
Gabriel freaking Cruz.
Yo, I'm the Nate Meister. As you all know, that's Gabriel Cruz. And it's because of the glasses.
Wait. What? We're playing reverse games here. No. You're Gabe. I'm the Nate Meister.
No, I'm the Nate Meister and you're Gabe.
No, wait, what? No, stop. Stop that.
Stop what?
Stop that.
You stop that.
No, hey, yo, Gabe.
Nate.
Meister.
Gabe.
Gabe Meister.
What's
Gabe.
What's up, Gabe?
Yeah, what's up, Nate? Now you're gonna confuse me.
Here we are. What are we reviewing today?
What are we reviewing? You
What
know
are
what the hell we're
we
reviewing
reviewing
today.
Do I?
Yeah.
I didn't put it onto the background at all.
Oh, look at that, Ahsoka. Look at that. Oh, my God. Yes, we're reviewing. Oh, my God.
Your headphones.
Let me fix that up. There we go. Cool. Anyway, these things are flying around. Anyway, we're reviewing today the first 4 episodes of freaking
Episodes
Ahsoka.
1 through 4.
1 through 4.
I'm
Wow.
so ready for the other
Dude, I think it's been like, 3 weeks since release, right? Because they released first 2 episodes of Ahsoka.
3 weeks. 3 weeks in.
And the one thing I've realized with this show, audience, is Hugh Yang's, the droid's words from the trailer. After watching the first 2 episodes, I think it's time to begin again.
Time to begin again.
Yes.
It is. It is that time to begin again. I mean, we didn't begin again, what was it? In Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Well, Force Awakens could have been.
It could have been a beginning again.
Yes.
No, I mean,
well, it was a beginning.
It did begin.
It did begin. But it tripped and fell
on his face.
It
tried something new. We talked about that last time. You know, Rian Johnson tried something new. I like his Knives Out movies. They're not bad. You know, okay, but not Star Wars.
But when you look at Dave Filoni's work, you're like, damn,
this man had a plan.
Yo, this man had a plan. He's trying something new. I'm enjoying it.
This man had a plan.
Yo, so far, I'm having fun.
You know,
I haven't had fun like this since Mando. Yeah.
I did have fun with Mando.
Yep.
I would say it's the same kind of fun, but Andor.
Oh, that's right. Andor. But
it's 2 different feels.
Okay, that's the thing, though.
Two different feels.
2 different feels, 2 different genres here of storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
With Andor, it's more like your espionage genre. And then, of course, Dave Filoni's Ahsoka right now with Baylan coming in. That's my boy. Right?
We'll get to peace. R.I.P., bro.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Our friend Ray. I love that. Towards the end of the credits.
That they gave him.
Yeah.
They gave him a little send-off.
Yeah, gave him a little send-off.
It was nice.
Yep. I did like that Dave Filoni decided he wanted to do 2 episodes for the first week.
Right.
It was really good. Get you started.
I don't know if that was necessarily his want or if that was studio.
Okay, you're right. Possibly.
Because that could have been studio being like, let's put 2.
Yeah, that's throwing.
How many did we get total? We're getting
8 episodes.
8? I thought it was 6.
I think it was 8 episodes. Yeah. I think we're getting 8 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And we're pretty much at the 4th episode right now.
Okay.
And I know we did want to go and do a review prior week.
I got sick.
But yeah, our boy Gabriel Cruz got sick.
I got.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Oh. Okay. So you just got that up.
I got the.
You got the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a lot of that.
You throw that on me too, dear Lord. But anyway.
What was that?
Oh dear God!
So sorry.
Caught me.
Good. So bad. My bad.
Not on the Grogu.
Not on the Grogu. Well, Grogu'd be fine.
So
he got that force healing.
Yeah, force healing, of course. Before we, start off with the episodes, because our little introductions here, were you excited that Ahsoka was getting her own show?
Yeah, I mean, especially since I'm a fan of hers. I would say not necessarily the first Clone Wars movie. It did throw me off the very first time I saw it. I was like, Anakin's got an apprentice?
Yeah, that was a big surprise.
It's not what the like every movie and technically the old cartoon series ever told us. You remember the Samurai Jack version. But it grew on me, especially once the Clone Wars show really moved into it. It grew on me, and then she became just, I guess, just like the Clone Wars series started off a bit slow.
Like, that's the thing with Dave Filoni. You got to let the man cook.
Oh yeah, yeah. He starts to simmer. Like he simmers his stuff first. Gives you a little bit. Gives you if you were to be the guest eating at his restaurant, you would definitely smell the aromas coming from the kitchen.
Yep.
But you would be sitting there after the first maybe 30 minutes, like, is it done yet?
Well,
but then when it comes out,
you'd be getting some of the appetizers first. You know,
yeah. Okay, you're right.
Course.
You're right.
Yeah,
you get a little bit of appetizers, but you're still like, man, I'm really looking forward to this main meal. And then once that main meal hits, it hits, and you're just like, oh, this is delicious.
And you're happy that you waited that long. Maybe you were mad. You probably get mad a little bit. You're like, damn it, I waited 30 minutes for this meal.
It's rare prime Rancor steak.
Oh,
like,
Rancor steak, chef kiss.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It was so good.
And that's pretty much how we feeling right now, guys. About Ahsoka show right now, and let Dave Filoni cook.
Let him cook.
Let him cook, bro. Let him cook. So, with introductions out the way, let's actually get into discussion now. With Ahsoka first 2 episodes. Right?
Okay. Are we going to be doing a spoiler-free moment, or just all spoilers?
All spoilers, guys. So thank you, Gabe.
I just wanted to make sure.
Guys, spoilers. There's going to be spoilers right now.
Oh, shoot.
Blurred spoilers right now. I'm sorry, guys.
You'll see it on the bottom.
Yeah, it's been like, 3 weeks? You haven't watched the first episode? Get out of here. Out of your damn minds. All right.
Is that why we're out of our damn minds?
Yeah, we are out of our damn minds. You're going to start the spoilers right off the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, what surprised me going...
So we're starting with episodes 1 and 2.
Episode 1 and 2.
Okay, episode 1 and 2.
Yep.
All right. Okay. What's your question?
Right. What surprised me with the first 2 episodes, right? Just starting off episode 1. We got the crawl back. I was surprised about that. We haven't seen a crawl in quite a while. Like they both.
Yeah. You got the red, but it was red.
Yeah, it was red. His own little style.
It was his own style.
Yeah. I feel that the reason why he threw in the red there, because starting off, it was the main villain story, like the comeback. The villain's making a comeback.
Okay. You know what I think it was? I think it was for all those, and we talked about this sort of last time. It was for all those who didn't want to do their homework.
Oh my God! You almost been
no, dead serious.
Yeah,
because technically, when and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure we might get some in the comments on this.
Yeah,
but Lucas, when he put together his cut, it never had the scroll title.
Yeah,
the original cut never had the scroll title.
Never had the scroll.
And somebody asked him, "Where are we in this universe? What's going on that led to this moment?" And he added that in there as that, in a way, like that old school mentality of a narrator's introduction.
Flash Gordon stuff. All that.
Flash Gordon did, but
he took some inspirations with that, with the intros.
Right. And then we kind of see that evolution coming up later in later films like The Lord of the Rings. We had Galadriel's opening. So you get a little bit of that backstory before you just jump right into it. Right?
So are you okay with the scroll coming back?
I'm okay for it. I mean, personally, it didn't bother me. If anything, I was like, ooh, we got a scroll. Okay.
Yeah, the crawl, yeah.
I really do believe it was more for those people who have not watched any of the Clone Wars or any of the Rebels series. I felt it was more for them.
Yeah, it did really feel, starting off, Rebel Season 5.
Yeah, if you watch Rebels, yes, definitely, this is like a Rebels Season 5.5.
I think it's time to begin again.
5?
Yeah.
It's so good.
So, with episode 1, did you feel that it was something new, or was really Season 5 of Rebels? Because with Ahsoka, starting off with episode 1, I got more of the fact that, even though it was something new, but it was familiar to the point where I can categorize this as a Rebels 5.
repeat your question again. What's your question again?
Do you feel that it is Rebel season 5 or is something new?
Rebels season 5. Something new is Andor.
Yeah, exactly.
Andor was new. Even though Mandalorian was super new when it came out. This is that continuing love, in my opinion, of Dave Filoni's adoration towards Star Wars. Like, this is, I mean, if you're not going to do your homework, okay, fine. If you're not going to go watch the previous Rebels series or even the Clone Wars series, it's your choice. You
necessarily have to. You think that
I don't think you have to. Yeah. I think if, especially with the opening scroll, you get a similar background. And for those who'd be like, oh, but I have to learn about all this other stuff. You watch the original Star Wars Episode 4.
Yeah.
And never asked, like, where was my previous things, or what do I have to know any more lore, or
I feel it's funny because people say homework, but I'm like, look at all the Marvel shows you got to watch now. You got like freaking 10 years of homework to do with the Marvel movies to actually understand what's going on with the Marvel shows.
I think Andor is a stronger standalone. Like, if you were to just watch Andor coming into it, you could get into Andor a lot easier because, one, there is no prequel stuff for you to have to watch. If anything, there's a sequel that you kind of know where he's going, but they're giving us this whole new ride. With Ahsoka, it's always that temptation that, or there's the added information that you will get, the added context. I almost feel like if you watch Ahsoka, watching the Rebels and Clone Wars will only add to the depth that Ahsoka will give you. But if you choose not to, you should be fine.
Yeah, I have a friend that hasn't watched Rebels. Okay. He's familiar with the characters somewhat, but he hasn't watched Rebels and he's enjoying it. So
he's liking it?
He's liking it. He's not familiar too much with the story as far as like the Rebels show, but he's familiar with the characters.
I would say this for everybody out there. Remember, it's all content. It's art. It's a form of art, even though it's monetized. Okay, and some people control it more than others. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, then you don't. Okay, we're not here to judge what you like either way. We love this show. We are very biased in that regard. Okay, we're huge Star Wars fans, big Dave Filoni fans.
Dave Filoni, baby.
Now, Dave Filoni has his flaws.
He does.
Okay, so we can discuss those flaws while still acknowledging his strengths.
Yeah, and the one thing I do want, there is a strength involved with Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
and you could see in the first few minutes of Ahsoka, which it feels something familiar. You got the openings, brand new not flagship, but new starship from the New Republic come into the picture, kind of like the Star Destroyer in New Hope. Yeah. And the intro fight that you get that's similar to the Phantom Menace intro fight with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
That's a mirror.
A mirror,
so to speak.
Yeah, with Rey, rest in peace. Yeah. Baylan's character coming in with Shin, and pretty much going into rescue or pretty much take back Thrawn's protege.
Right.
I forgot her name. Morgan? Is it Morgan?
Who's Thrawn's protege?
Yeah, Thrawn's protege. Morgan Elsbeth. Yeah. So pretty much Morgan Elsbeth, if you don't remember, she's a Night Sister, which was revealed during episode 1 and 2 that she was a Night Sister. Even though it is hinted in Mandalorian season 2 with Ahsoka explaining the character's backstory, that she's also helped create Thrawn's fleet. Yeah. Then is it the Seventh Fleet? Yeah, the Seventh Fleet, right?
I think so.
Trying to remember Thrawn's fleet. I think it's the Seventh Fleet. She helped create Thrawn's fleet, and not only Thrawn's fleet, but the Empire.
You're right.
Yeah, the Seventh fleet. She also helped create the Empire's fleet as well. But Ahsoka also didn't mention that Morgan Elsbeth was what her family and and her race were wiped out during the Clone Wars. Which race of people got wiped out in Clone Wars that matches to Morgan Elsbeth?
The Jedi.
No.
Oh.
You're close.
Ah.
The Night Sisters with Clone Wars.
Night Sisters.
The witches.
The witches? No, I don't think there's anybody who comes in, drinks potions, and kills monsters.
So did you like that reveal?
Actually, I do. I was really glad that they kept the Night Sister thing in there.
Yeah.
And I remember when they revealed it in our first, was it our first episode that they revealed?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were on the planet.
Yeah, the planet where I forget the name of the planet, but it was a planet where they had the
temple, the Night Sisters temple.
Not the Night Sisters temple, but it was like these Stonehenge.
Yeah, it's a Night Sisters temple. She says this was a temple of my ancestors.
My ancestors, and she had the spear that she stole.
Right.
Yeah,
so, I was actually, I had forgotten that she's a Night Sister from the Mandalorian show.
Well, they didn't say she was a Night Sister, but they mentioned her family and her race got wiped.
So, but when she officially said, yeah, like my sisters, and they were like, you're a witch. Yeah. There was that part of me in my head that just goes, oh, what? She's a Night Sisters are gone.
Yes.
Gone. The only one who became sort of an honorary Night Sister was, what's her name with the two red lightsabers? She was an apprentice for Dooku for a little bit.
Oh, my girl. Forgot my girl's name.
Dooku's apprentice.
Oh my god, the name is escaping right now.
Ventress. She's the only one who that we knew of before that escaped.
Yeah, and we still don't know if she's.
We don't know where. Yeah, we don't know what's going on with her. But Ventress, like, if you watch the Clone Wars stuff and you watch what the Night Sisters do, or if you even read some of the EU stuff before they started wiping some things out, the Night Sisters were a pretty contentious group to the Jedi who kept in the shadows a lot more. So I was really happy. I was actually very happy that we're continuing the Night Sisters on their path. And again, Dave Filoni, he brought them into the fold. Just like everything from the EU that he's been bringing in, he brought them in.
Yes.
And I'm so happy about it.
That's a big strength with Dave Filoni, is that he's bringing lore, old lore, EU lore, George Lucas lore, and mixing it all in. He's putting it in the pot.
Don't let it go to waste.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's using the whole Rancor. He's not just skinning it for profit.
Yeah.
You know, he's getting you the steaks. He's gonna tan the hide a little bit later so you can get some nice Rancor armor. You know, he's gonna use the teeth and the claws for lightsaber hilts. He's doing the whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards.
Whole 9.
And that's where
would it be whole 9 clicks for Star Wars? Does they do clicks?
It clicks, yeah. I guess it clicks, yeah. But then there comes the flaws with Dave Filoni, which I don't find as a flaw, but the majority of fans that do watch, and the majority of the audience that have been complaining about the past few episodes, is how slow it is. We just started picking things up episode 3 and 4, but episode 1 and 2 was really slow. But I don't mind this.
See, yeah, I'm not.
Because look what happened. So it picks up quite fast with Baylan coming in with Shin saving Morgan.
Well, that's your hook.
Yeah, that was a hook.
That's the bring in, like, oh, I want to know what's happening now. That's your
Baylan coming in, wiping out the Rebel scum. New Republic scum. Yes.
And then Ahsoka at the temple.
Yeah, taking her time trying
HKs.
to play. Taking out the HKs, which is pretty cool. I like the HKs. They've been pretty.
That's Old Republic.
Old Republic, baby.
Old Republic. Systems failing, master.
Down, you meatbags.
Yep. Oh man, good times on those.
Oh, grub.
Yeah. So that was the hook. That's what. I mean, I would say for most people, it's gonna be that. Oh, man,
and a lot of staring because they've been doing a lot of staring with each other. Ahsoka, Syndulla, trying to meet up with each other and stuff. I'm just saying. What?
Was it really them staring at each other, or was it you staring? Real talk, Nat. Real talk, Nat. Come on, bro.
I gotta
The
the cakes are gone. Yo, oh, my boy, Clancy Brown. Yo, Clancy Brown came back to play the governor of Lilo.
Lithal.
Yes, Lithal. Playing Lithal, the governor. This character, Clancy Brown's character, the governor, Ryder. He pretty much was in Rebels. And they brought him back. And he played the voice. He played the original voice of Ryder. He got brought
Wasn't his
back.
character originally like a politician of the planet?
Yeah, he was.
And then became a rebel because of the Empire?
Yeah.
You know what? I don't trust him.
Oh, because he's a politician?
No. I think he's all in it for the money.
It's Krabs.
He is Mr. Krabs. He is Mr. Krabs. But no, I'm very glad I love how Dave Filoni. This is one of the things I think is a strength of his.
Yes.
Is that when it almost felt like when he started casting people in Rebels, especially in Rebels.
Yeah, like this character right here.
Right. And even cast them in some characters in Clone Wars. I think he had a foresight of what if this becomes a live action? Can I use these people for the live action? Now, of course, like the voice actor for Ahsoka, she's definitely looks a lot different than Rosario Dawson. I can see where they would swap that out. Plus, there was a lot of that fan theory back in the day of like, hey, Rosario would make a really good Ahsoka. And what did Miss Dawson say to them? She was just like, I'm ready. And then they brought her in. But for like our Mando chick that you love so much.
Sabine Wren?
No.
Bo-katan.
Bo-katan, that's the original voice actress for her as well.
Yeah.
Like,
she was our girl from Battlestar Galactica. She plays the voice of Starbucks plays the voice of Bo-katan in the original Clone Wars and Rebels.
Right, and Filoni teased her.
Yeah, and she was like, Dave Filoni, you kid.
You're kidding me.
You're kidding me.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't kidding. Yeah.
So I'm glad he does those types of things.
And you see the strength in the first 2 episodes of how he's molding things as far as like bringing the adaptations from his Rebels show and bringing these characters to life from the Rebels show, which is cool. Like if you're a Rebels fan and you've watched Rebels, you've seen these characters come to life. And you're like, I'm back.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like it's like a fake live adaptation.
Right. Can we mention these E-Wings real quick?
Oh yeah, the E-Wings. Oh god.
Bro.
Oh.
Another thing that comes from the EU that was brought back in was the E-Wing.
The E-Wing.
As soon as I saw that in the trailer, I messaged Nat immediately and just went E-Wing. And just said, because I know this guy's gonna know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Those are in the original EU. That's a iconic fighter post the Galactic Civil
it was
War.
supposed to replace the X-Wing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. But I was so glad to see that. And then what did you think of the music?
Dude,
it
felt very Tom Cruise. Like it felt like Tom Cruise.
Come on. I have to do this now. I have to take this scene and replace it with I need to the danger zone. In which, he's gonna use his droid.
Danger zone. I loved it. And that's what Sabine Wren here, they're showing off with the cakes in a minute. Sabine Wren, one of my favorite Mandos out there. She definitely has that Tom Cruise character type, the rebel, the maverick of the.
Sure. I don't think
Mandos have always been that way. Mandos have always been that nature, that spirited nature of, opposing the
I think if we were to ultimately compare somebody to Maverick, it's going to be Luke Skywalker.
No, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, come on. The kid runs around. He wants to fly. He's
P-16.
He's a cocksure pilot. That's to me. That's our. I don't know if I would say Sabine Wren is the Maverick of. Maybe the Maverick of this show, but he's not the strongest pilot. That's the thing that I'm getting at. You got to have that she's got to be a pilot too.
Hey, she's not the greatest of pilots, but she's a fighter. She's definitely
Hera's more of a pilot than
yeah.
she is.
Well, Hera, well, we get into more of characters in a minute, but Hera Syndulla, though, I did like that they immediately brought her in right with Ahsoka right after the adventure she had in the temple. They brought her. I loved how Dave Filoni is bringing these characters in immediately.
Right. That was another one that wasn't the same voice actor, though.
No.
If I remember correctly. That's not the same voice actor as Hera was.
No. This is played by Mary Winstead.
Yep.
Elizabeth Winstead. She is the
Obi-Wan's wife.
Obi-Wan's wife, Kenobi. Okay. Hello there. You lucky bastard. Kenobi. How dare you? How dare you take my queen?
This is for maybe a little bit of our shorts or whatever. I'm going to interrupt real quick. I have a theory about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, when he goes to sleep, dreams in Moulin Rouge, the movie.
Oh.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's his love interest? Who's Obi-Wan Kenobi's love interest?
Ah. Damn. What was her name?
She was the Queen of Mandalore.
Yeah. Queen of damn. Damn. Forgot her name. Satine.
Duchess Satine.
The Duchess Satine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who is Ian McKellen's? Not Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen? Yeah. What is his love interest in Moulin Rouge? Is Satine.
Satine. Oh my God.
And he gets to be in love with her. But spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen Moulin Rouge, she dies.
Oh my God.
And what happens to Satine?
Well, it is a spoiler, so.
What happens to Satine and
she dies.
She dies.
Yep. She gets whacked in
my new nerd conspiracy.
So it's not a new conspiracy, it's more like your headcanon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like headcanon, yeah, right?
Like when Han Solo goes to sleep,
mm-hmm.
who's what he dreams in
as Indiana Jones.
As Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So when Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to sleep, he dreams as the talented writer.
Moulin Rouge.
The Moulin Rouge.
Wow.
Yep.
So far, with episode 1 and 2, it's just telling the story of what's going on with the Republic, what's going on with the villains trying to take the sphere, which, headcanon-wise, I feel that Dave Filoni took inspiration from Treasure Planet with the sphere.
Okay.
It felt very Treasure Planet. Okay. I love Treasure Planet.
I love Treasure Planet.
Okay, so the sphere.
It's Treasure Island, but in space.
Yeah, and they took the map from the sphere and they brought it into the Ahsoka, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels very Treasure Planet. I'm like, come on, Dave Filoni, you took inspiration.
Okay, yeah, and they gotta twist it around and get it.
Yeah.
The only thing we don't have is morph.
Yeah.
You don't have that all.
No, so
we have morphy.
So. Did you like that they immediately got that out the way? The sphere.
I loved how they. It was a MacGuffin.
It's the MacGuffin for the first.
But I love how they took the MacGuffin and just said, no, it doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Like you started with this. Come on, the MacGuffin. Like they used that in episodes 7 and 8, right? You had to find the map to get to the hidden person. A different way of getting to the hidden person, but you had to find the map, and then the map had to help you lead it to whoever, to where Luke was hiding. But a lot of it came down to what that map was doing, right? It came down to the map. In this, they just said, oh yeah, we got a map, and who cares? Like, it doesn't matter anymore. It didn't matter in the plot moving forward.
Yeah.
I think the only time it came back in was on our recent episode, right? Where now you have to use it in order to get the exact coordinates to go where you need to go.
But I like how they did it tastefully. Like, it wasn't all over the place with the MacGuffin. The MacGuffin is right in one area of the map, which is being, in the next episode, being worked on to get the coordinates, right? But it's guarded by the big boss, which is our boy Ray, Baylan.
Right. But they pretty much just made it. It's like it's something that's not a necessity at that point. You would have to go to this planet anyways because this person's gonna go ahead and this group's gonna try to jump to go get Thrawn.
Yep.
Like it was already going there. It didn't matter if they had the map still on them or even if the bad guys didn't get the map because what did the bad guys still need to do? They still need to make the ship. Like there's still a bunch of things that still would have been working even if when the map's out of play. And then when the map comes back into play, it's just like, oh, okay, now we just need the coordinates, and that's a good way to show the tension in that countdown sequence.
Yeah.
I have limited time in order to get out of here. We have limited time to stop them from leaving. So yeah, I'm very glad they got the map out of the way at the beginning.
Yeah. No, I thought it was fine. And as the story progresses for episode 1 and 2, you do see that the conflict starts coming in.
Yeah.
Shin's gets sent out, kind of like reminiscent to Darth Maul being sent out to retrieve.
Oh, I saw that.
Dude.
So, especially the little droid.
Yes.
The little droid is just hovering right there, and then it like takes
The
off.
same
You're
sound
like,
effects too.
oh,
They've flown. You're getting them memories, the member berries twitched on me, man. They're twitching. My member berries are twitching every time I like, oh, Phantom Menace, Darth Maul.
Yeah. No, it definitely had that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely had that feeling of Darth Maul.
With what's going on with the first 2 episodes, we're coming back. We're coming out of Rebel season 4, right? Even though even though the Rebels did win against the Empire, we had some losses within in personal circles, with Sabine Wren being like she failed Ezra, which is
are we moving on to the next episode?
Yeah, episode 2, I guess.
Episode 2. Okay.
Yeah, episode 2
All right.
And you can tell that she is defeated.
Wait, before we go to episode 2, I saw some controversies regarding Sabine getting stabbed. Do we want to address that?
That is towards the end of episode 1 or episode 2. No, episode 1.
Episode 1.
Okay, so yeah,
episode 1.
Okay. I feel that in order to sell it properly, I think we needed her to be a lot more in bed to sell that wound properly. Because
I completely disagree. I have people like I've been seeing people do like, this happened to Qui-Gon Jinn. Why is Sabine able to?
Well, Qui-Gon, he was down and out for an hour.
Well, not just that. Yeah. Qui-Gon had that thing go straight through his chest, this area, spine, middle of the chest, which would have hit the spine. Okay? I can understand where a death might play on that. Sabine gets hit over to like the right, pretty much like under her lung. It's not like a vital area. Even if it punctured her lung, it cauterizes almost immediately, and if anything, she would just lose a lung. There's a lot you can do in the world, even if you lose a lung.
It didn't bother me much. Like, right. She's down now for a bit. I think she should last a little bit longer, but it's fine.
But
it's fine. It doesn't bother me.
I also have
people
seeing people do like the whole, Sabine sucked in the lightsaber fight. Yeah. She's supposed to. She doesn't train.
Rusty. She's rusty.
Very rusty.
And that's what I was going to add to is that with what happened after the success of saving Lothal, they had to sacrifice Ezra by Ezra, sacrificing himself to defeat Thrawn, right?
Yep.
It left her defeated for years, right?
Yeah.
She left her rusty. She didn't continue her training with Ahsoka, which she was a apprentice to Ahsoka. She failed in that. She went back to Lothal.
And even if she was involved in the rest of the rebellion, it's been how many years after?
It's been 8 years.
8 years? That's a lot of time to just be sitting idle. No combat. As a Mandalorian, no combat, no
training.
Like, yeah, there'll be instincts that kick in, but it's not like she's just gonna pick it up like John Wick and just be able to do a bunch of crap again. And even John Wick was
rusty.
Yeah, he was rusty a little bit, but he wasn't that retired, so to speak.
But I did like how it humbled her.
It did humble her
because when she got attacked, the Lothal cats were running around. Right. She got attacked. The spear got stolen. She went up against Shin with her lightsaber, and then Shin was like,
Shin, who's been training.
Yes.
Who's been continuing, who just got, you'd see her get into a fight just a little bit ago.
And she was able to block blaster bolts all around with multiple enemies.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I didn't see that as too big of a controversy as some people were pointing out. But, that definitely does lead into episode 2 where she's healing.
Yeah.
I liked how they showed the Bacta. And
the Bacta tank.
The Bacta healing pad and everything, and how quickly that will heal you up, because it will. If you played any old Republic,
He hanging around with the droid back the tanks like, heal me up, heal me up, help me up, help me up, help me up.
when we used to play old Republic,
Yep.
I would come in with my trooper tank, and he would. I think my build had that little droid that would come down,
Yeah,
and it would help heal people in a certain radius.
Yep.
Good times, man.
Good times. So episode 2,
little slower.
it's a little even slower, less action. But they're telling the story of how more of the villain side of how they're continuing the story with the sphere, the treasure planet sphere, and developing the maps and stuff. And that's when we find out about Morgan Elsbeth's lineage with the Night Sisters.
Yeah.
And I love how we're learning bits and pieces about the villains, and they're in a way they're more like sort of like in the middle, not really villains. Most of the characters anyway in the villain side. You know, I like that.
Are you talking about how like Baylan is?
Yeah, we're not sure if he's a bad guy.
Like gray.
Yeah, and like he's like in the middle. He's only using the villains as to progress his story.
I heard somebody, I kind of agree with this one. I heard somebody make a comment that Baylan is sort of like early Dooku, where he has his ideologies and he knows how he would like to try to accomplish those ideologies.
Yeah.
But there's that conflict of what he was taught versus what he believes, which is also a conflict of Ahsoka, because Ahsoka left the Order based off of that conflict of what she believed they should be doing, which is being peacekeepers, versus what the Jedi were doing, which was being warriors.
And you know what I like though? I liked how Baylan, as he's not learning, but he's realizing the witchcraft of the Night Sisters, he feels disgusted. Like, this is how you use the Force? Like, leaves me, you can see it in Baylan's mannerisms. You're like, even the Shin is like,
uncomfortable, yeah.
Do we really have to work with her?
Yeah, we gotta. What do you okay, all right, because this is very much so.
But she's also a mommy too. She's looking good. Continue.
I'm really curious as to what Baylan's overall goal is.
Yeah, we still
because he doesn't want
another
Thrawn.
war, right?
He doesn't technically want Thrawn.
Yeah.
But he kind of makes the same argument that Thanos does with the whole this is on the 4th episode. But you need to destroy
to create.
And in episode 2, he talks about, I'm pretty sure this was episode 2. It was either end of episode 1 or beginning of episode 2. He talks about power beyond what they could imagine.
Yeah, beyond imagination. Yeah. So I liked how Baylan brought up some dark side lore into that, and they really just is great with this, because that's how the dark side works. You know, destruction creates light, right? And that's within the.
But it depends on where in the dark side you're kind of ascribing to. Because there are good dark side users in original EU type of scenarios.
As Arcoon was among that crowd, you know, with destruction creating life.
Right, and he still sticks with the rule of 2, which he sticks with the rule of 2, but their lightsabers are not red.
Yeah,
I think that's very fascinating.
Yes. There's a lot of different lores you can delve into as to why lightsabers are orange. Certain Jedis used orange lightsabers before. Yeah. I've always been a purple red.
I'm an orange. Every time I would play Jedi Outcast or
I was always
Old
purple.
I always made my lightsabers orange.
I don't know why purple. Maybe I'm a Samuel Jackson fan. Anyway, so the defeat. Sabine Wren's defeat humbleized her to the point where I love Hugh Yang's David Tennant's character. You know, in my own headcanon, I feel that is a Doctor Who transformation, and he just got stuck in the Star Wars universe. Personally, for me, okay, in my own headcanon, Hugh Yang is just a Doctor Who transformation that ended up in the Star Wars universe.
I'll only agree when he pulls out what looks like a screwdriver and opens the door with it. Like he doesn't like plug in. He just goes and it opens the door.
I'm surprised you haven't seen that yet.
Once that happens, I'll agree.
Yeah,
I'll agree.
and maybe the ship is the.
But that would mean that the Doctor became a Cyberman.
Oh my no! Oh my God! Yes,
That's what that would mean.
yeah. In a way, yes.
No,
Yeah.
no, the Doctor could never become a Cyberman.
Oh dear Lord.
Nope, I reject this theory.
Oh my
I
God.
reject this theory.
Oh my God. But
Hu Yang, I think Hu Yang is what grounds Sabine and grounds us with the old school side of the lore.
yeah, he's a lore dump. Pretty much,
He's a huge lore
I
dump.
love the lore dumping. Like there's like in the next episode, after episode 2, episode 3, there's this training montage between Hu Yang and Sabine Wren.
They go over forms.
Go over the saber forms. You know, because Sabine Wren is rusty. We have to okay, gotta teach you. And before that, Hu Yang was. I love Hu Yang's character being someone that doesn't take shit.
Should we tell them, for those who haven't done their homework or haven't watched any of the Clone Wars, what Hu Yang was in the Clone Wars?
Yeah, okay, actually, yeah, you're right. So Hu Yang is a droid that was programmed to train younglings in the art of creating your lightsabers
From the very beginning.
He's older than Yoda.
He's 1,000 years old.
Yeah,
He's 1,000 years old from this time in
I think
this.
I think he's older. I think he's Old Republic.
No, he literally says a line, I have 75% of my parts still, and I'm 1,000 years old.
Oh, okay. So he's still older than Yoda.
He is older than Yoda.
because Yoda was like 900 years old.
And
when he
remember,
died.
Yoda's passed away.
Yeah.
And he's still up and kicking.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go back and watch Clone Wars, I'll probably even show a little cutaway.
Yeah.
There, he helps a group of younglings learn how to, or technically not learn, he guides them in the manner of building their lightsabers, which comes back into play in episode 2, where he goes through his own memory banks and recognizes Baylan's lightsaber.
Yeah. He didn't recognize Shin's lightsaber because she's so new. But Baylan, though, I recognize this art.
There's only one Jedi that he could recall that built their lightsaber like that. And that lightsaber, that hilt, that's not a little hilt. That's a tall hilt. When you see him hold that blade,
Yeah.
that's a tall hilt. I wonder if there's the feature in it that they're not showing, which is some lightsabers had a dial that lets you extend the blade,
extend the blade
another X amount of inches. I wonder if his blade does that.
Well,
it becomes more like a great sword.
Yeah, I think we'll get more into it in episode 4. We can discuss that with episode 4.
Okay.
But that'd be a pretty good feature right
It
there.
would.
Yes. So yeah, I love the fact that Hu Yang doesn't take crap.
No.
like he was talking to Sabine. I'm like, Sabine, yeah, you're cool and all, but I need you to get your ass up, Guardian. Okay? I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, he's like, but I still going through my feelings. I'm like, I don't care about your feelings. We got a mission we gotta do here. All right? Come on, let's go. And he's like, she's always downing herself, because she feels
Yeah. And he's just like, okay, the past is the past.
Yeah.
Move on. Because you can't. And this is a true thing for life. As much as we go through in our lives, there is a certain point where you either decide to let it continue to rule you, or you got to have that mental capability of just going, you know what? Screw it. I got to get up and do something.
Yep. And that's what Ahsoka wants her to do. And then Hu Yang is explaining this to Sabine, like, if you want Ahsoka to respect you going forward, you gotta get something.
Yeah.
Come on,
You gotta get your
crap together.
You gotta get your voodoo together.
Voodoo together, yes.
And
And I love that part of Hu Yang.
Voodoo.
Like
Voodoo, not
the voodoo.
Voodoo.
Voodoo. Panta voodoo. Yeah. I love that about Hu Yang. Like Hu Yang got her up and running again. I'm like,
yeah. Well, it gave her a little bit of a push.
Let's move.
Yeah. You've been down. You've been out of practice. Yep, I'll admit it. Life sucks. It does. You got problems? Everybody does. Let's go.
Let's go because we got no time to waste
here. We got something going on. We got no time to waste. In Syndulla's, I like how Syndulla kind of just throughout that episode, episode 2, just kind of, you know, you might want Sabine back. You know, you might want Sabine back.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, by the way, did I mention?
You want Sabine back?
Sabine's there.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Ahsoka's hesitation to become a master, similar to Anakin's hesitation to become a master, really kicks in a lot more on episode 2. When she says, look, it's not about me. I'll teach her. It's kind of that I think she mentions like, it's the apprentice will know when they're ready.
Yeah. And
how
also
will they know when they're ready?
Yeah.
Because they're going to tell you when they're ready.
Exactly. And also the fact that she understands that she is a Mandalorian, right? And that they do bring it up that she's a Mandalorian. They're very
emotional?
Not emotional. They're very their aggression is always built up.
Quick to action.
Quick to action, exactly. But and Ahsoka's trying to teach her patience.
And if this was a old school Jedi type of thing, Sabine would never be a Jedi.
No.
Like, period. She wouldn't be. She's too emotional. Yoda would have definitely said she's too old. She's too emotional. Even back in Rebels.
And I
but Luke is the same way. But Luke was the same way.
Luke's the same way. He broke that. He broke that mentality with Yoda. Like, no, I am ready. Like, I want to keep pushing. And okay.
That's a really good like combination. Luke indicated when he was ready, as is Sabine is also indicating when she's ready. But it does take that mental shifting gears. You gotta just stop saying I can't do anything.
The imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I suffer from that.
Yeah. It's the imposter syndrome with Sabine. Like she just feels she wasn't ready, but she is. She just got to break that mental strain.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and I think this moment here really humbled her. I'm like, yeah, I need to get my ass up.
Well, until this point, how often do you like even throughout the Rebels series, the worst character you would have to deal with as a Jedi was going to be the Inquisitors. But Sabine, that usually became a point of contention for Ezra, and what's Ezra's master's name again?
Ezra's
master.
Oh my God, mine's wiped.
Yeah. Kanan.
Yeah.
It was a contention for them. They're the ones who always handled the Inquisitors, where Sabine wouldn't really have to handle that. The first time she starts to pick up a lightsaber is when she's dueling another Mandalorian, for the power of the Darksaber.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was call to action at that point.
It is
like the story was calling upon you to take. Destiny was calling upon you to take action. And oh my God, you did take action, all right? Oh no, Bobby, no. Anyway, my mommies are fighting. Anyway,
my mommies are fighting.
The cakes are fighting. Anyway, the other thing I did want to bring up is that I liked how Hera gave Ahsoka realization that, you know what you remind me of? The stories you told me about Anakin training you.
Yeah. No, I concur.
There is that you were quick to action. You were impatient, and Anakin always told you. And I love the music. I love how Dave Filoni does. I love the people that Dave Filoni has brought into this story. The editing. They threw in some of that music in there, like oh my God, that's Anakin. Oh, that's Vader. Oh,
Yeah.
Love it.
Who's our I'm looking up who our composer is, because I'm pretty sure that's the same composer from
they're picking out the musics quite well.
From whatchamacallit? Composer Kevin Kiner.
Kevin Kiner. He
did music for the animated series.
Okay.
I thought he was the same composer for Mando. No, he's not. Ludwig Göransson is the composer for Mando. But Kevin Kiner, did a really good job.
Oh, he did. He did quite
That
well.
music, man.
Damn.
It
just hits you. The member berries. I know people hate member berries because a meme.
Member berries?
Member berries.
Like
it's
remember?
Yeah,
Like
it's a meme from South Park.
Oh, okay, all right. Gosh, that's a throwback. That's a throwback.
Anyway, the villains, they've taken the spear.
Yeah.
We've seen both sides of the villain story.
Yeah.
There's no gray or black. There's no full bad guys. There's like gray areas in the villain.
But I would say our girl Morgan Elsbeth is our bad.
Yeah, bad. She's bad. She's a bad mommy. Oh, I love my mommy. Oh, damn. The way she moved in The Mandalorian, dear Lord, that mommy. Love that staff too. Yo, I want to see her in action again.
Oh,
Morgan.
We'll probably get her fighting again.
Oh, you know she is the goddaughter of Bruce Lee.
No.
Yeah, and that's why she wore the jumpsuit, yellow jumpsuit in the very first episode.
She's the goddaughter of Bruce Lee?
Yeah.
Is Diana Lee related to Bruce Lee? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Daughter of martial arts legend Dan Inosanto.
Mm-hmm.
Goddaughter of Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Mommy got skills. But anywho, let's talk about mommies. Well, actually, I talk more about mommies.
The mommies do go to the shipyard.
So here's a big question for you, Gabe. Were you surprised at the state of the New Republic during the moments in the shipyard? Because we learned a lot. There was a lot. That's another thing that, even though I love this from Dave Filoni, it is a flaw with the audience. And I saw there's a lot of complaints. A lot of lore dumps. And there was a lot of lore dumps in the shipyard segment. Because we were learning of the state of how the Republic is right now. The New Republic. How are you enjoying that?
How am I enjoying the state of the New Republic?
Because I feel that in the EU, there was a lot of buildup to before the Yuzhan Vong, because it took a minute. They had to take out Remnants of the Empire.
We're talking about using Vong now going into this? Or?
No. Before the Yuzhan Vong came to be, it took a minute for the Republic to build back up after the end of the Empire.
Yeah, well, I think the biggest difference that you could say on the buildup, in this show, the mentality is deconstruct all of the Imperial stuff and recycle it into the New Republic stuff.
And brand new ships.
In the original EU, it was take all the Imperial stuff and literally just rebrand it. Kept it. Like all the ISDs.
Yeah, they kept those.
They kept all of those because they went up against the Yuzhan Vong and were part of the...
And they also ran up against remnant empires.
Yeah. So but that was on a different part of the galaxy. The remnant empire had its own little pocket in the original EU. But what was your question again? Was
the state of the New Republic.
State of the New Republic. I mean, it makes sense.
It does.
It really makes, like, if you even go back into history,
World War II, you know.
And then Star Wars always had those World War II influences. Stormtroopers, the Imperial uniforms look a lot like Nazi uniforms. Stormtroopers were literally stormtrooping from Germany. Those were literal, like, right hand peoples of Hitler, especially as he was gaining power. Like, all of that stuff has a lot of influence here, where after World War II is over, sadly, even today, you still got Nazis. You know? It's very understandable. It's still very understandable that you have post Imperial remnants throughout your Republic. Even Mandalorian, our Mandalorian season 3 has that moment.
Yeah, they do.
With technically
the spies.
The spies, but also our
Dr. Pershing.
No, not Dr. Pershing. What's his name? Count Dooku was a visionary.
for one.
I mean, that even goes further back.
Doc Brown.
Like he's going further back. Like no, I'm still with the separatists. Like, come on, like
separatists did nothing wrong.
It's kind of a natural thing to have conflicting ideologies, and conflicting preferred forms of governance, because in a way that reflects life. You know, Republican versus Democrats, you know, liberals, conservatives, independents, whatever. That's happening nowadays. So if one group comes out of power, it's only natural that there's going to be still those remnants that are still there that are like, no, I liked it how it was in the old days. You know,
and that's what we learned going through episode 2's end part, where Hera Syndulla comes in with Ahsoka, right? And again,
but I think Ahsoka kind of humbled her in that regard, because they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to a Republic thing. Are you sure everybody's for the Republic? Did you check? And when they go to check,
not really.
No, not really.
Yep.
You know, I do think though the guy who was in control of that shipyard, what was his name? Min M-Y-N, Min Weaver, played by Peter Jacobson.
Yeah.
I really do think he was just all in it for the profit.
Yeah, I think it was
like he was just like, no, I make money.
Yeah.
I don't care who does it. I still make money.
Because he could have spent the money to reform his shipyards, you know, get in.
No.
He could have spent the money, but he didn't want to. So he wanted to make the money. He wanted to keep.
I'm sure there was some underlying deals.
Yep.
You know, like, hey, if you send us a Star Destroyer's hyperdrive, you have a little bit of extra coin.
Yeah.
Put it in your pocket.
Oh yeah. So what's going on with the end of episode 2? Ahsoka is able to not interrogate, but defeat one of the HK droids that were left behind. And through that process, they were able to find out that this HK droid came from
Corellia.
Which I
love that they brought Corellia in. And I had some people be like, well, Corellia looks very generic, like we've seen before. Why didn't it have the ring? It's because it's not Kuwait.
Yeah, it's not Kuwait.
The Kuwait's shipyards was the Imperial shipyards. Yep. They had that big giant space ring that goes around it. Whereas Corellia was where the New Republic, technically the rebels, started to build their ships along with Moncala. Because Moncala had a lot of, you know...
And there were more of their stuff...
ships ready to go.
Yeah, more ship building were more towards the... more in the inner atmosphere versus being out in space.
Right.
You know, with the way... the shipyards would be encircled the planets.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. But anyway, with Corellia being involved, which was pretty cool. I'm like, oh, they're doing Corellia. That's nice. Okay, we're gonna go back to Corellia again. We only saw Corellia in the Solo movie, and we see that they were building the Star Destroyers in planets.
Yeah.
In the inner planet. So it makes sense that there won't be no ship ring like they did, or the shipyard construction. Ring side. But either way, we went back to Corellia, and they're trying to find out if there is a Imperial remnant here. And also, where is Morgan Elsbeth going forward? Like, what can we find to find...
Why did the HK droid come from Corellia?
Yeah, why did the big
one? Why does the HK droid coming from a New Republic shipyard?
And if it could lead us to Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah. Again, getting rid of that MacGuffin.
Yeah, get rid of that MacGuffin. So, I thought it was hilarious that as Hera Syndulla was going through this process, he's like, I am a general. I have clearance.
Let's have clearance.
He kept reminding this dude. I'm like,
that was funny.
I'm a general.
I don't think that sounds right. It came from, it's classified. Who are you talking to? like the eyes, her eyes in those moments, like, really? Classified for me?
For me, I'm a general.
Do I see a private somewhere that can't hear this?
Look, you hearing this?
Ahsoka's over there just like, I'll let her do her thing. And I love that look, like Ahsoka's like, you're dealing with her and I'm a man.
Oh, look at me. Look at her.
Hey, look at her.
I'm just here for backup. I don't have any clears.
Yeah, I need you to unclassify that. He was just like, droid, talk to these people.
I love how the droid kept freaking.
The droid's giving away the game. Droid was giving away the game. He's over there trying to be all coy, and then she's like, and then the droid pops in. It's like, oh yeah, I saw it, HK. What? Yeah, you can see his face like, oh, shh.
Be working.
Shut up. No. Why didn't you report it? Because it had a clearance code.
You know what's funny though? I don't think he was trying to hide things because he knew there was Revenant Imperial. I think he was trying to hide things because he knew he
didn't want to get killed?
Yeah, exactly. I think he's because
he's the prophet guy.
Yeah, he's prophet guy. Like, wait a minute. These were Imperial? Oh dear God, I'm messed up. Like, arrest me.
It's bad. Blasters.
Yeah, because it looked like, because he wasn't part of the Imperial game. Oh, the Empire, he was more like hiding behind a droid. I'm like, I effed up. Because he got greedy. He got greedy for money. I think he realized that he got too deep into
Too deep for the credits.
Exactly.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready to. Well, I mean, if you kind of think about it, like, I don't blame him. I really kind of don't. He's over there for the money.
Yeah.
He's got this gig going on.
Because I think if he knew these were Imperials doing their thing.
No, I think he knew. I think it was just that, well, I'm not really doing anything wrong. Like, I'm not making an uprising.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that plausible deniability kind of thing. Like, he knew, but nobody technically told him.
Yeah.
And he knew there were shady things going on, but his pockets are still getting filled at the end of the day, so he doesn't ask questions. You know what I mean? I think that's how it was for him. You know, and that whole when they were even first interrogating him, like, do you have ex-Imperials working here? He's like, yeah, I have to.
I got plenty.
I got a whole bunch. I'm not gonna hide that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just came down to the oh crap, I'm actually in trouble now.
I'm in deep right now.
Oh crap.
So you can believe me if you need to.
Yeah, I know.
But either way, things go for the worse. Well, for the Imperials anyway, because they got to run with a brand new, well, not brand new, but a IST, Imperial Star Destroyer, Super Imperial Star Destroyer, hyperdrive. Who needs that massive hyperdrive?
I do.
Oh my God!
I need one.
When I heard Super Star Destroyer, hyperdrive, I'm like, what are they building stock?
Well, dude, just that. Is that what I think it is? And then the guy's like, oh yeah, we take those things apart all the time. Where's it going?
We don't have any ships that.
Yeah, we don't have any ships that are using that. In that opening ship that we first see.
Yeah,
it's smaller than Home One. It's smaller than the Moncala ship.
Yeah, it's even smaller. It's
battle cruiser.
It's a little shorter than a Star Destroyer. So lengthwise, it's a little shorter than a Star Destroyer, but not as width. But it's a little shorter.
Yeah,
a little shorter.
Yeah.
It's not as massive as IST, but it's a little shorter in lengthwise.
Yeah.
But either way, Hera and Syndulla caught that immediately. Hera and Ahsoka caught that immediately. Wait a minute, we're not building ships.
We're not building anything that big. So where's this thing going?
Exactly.
I think it was a good way to tie it all in.
Mm-hmm.
The whole like, all right, now the ship is trying to get away. Of course, what's her name? Shin shows up with our guy who's playing the last Inquisitor.
Yeah, the Morok. Morok. Yeah.
They show them showing up. Which that was to me that was a good fight.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that lightsaber fight.
Yeah, it felt very Clone Wars to me. Yeah.
It reminded me of Grievous versus like Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
In which, he's gonna use his droids to go and attack as well as try to give him that leg up.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that, but also brought in Ahsoka's dual blade wielding, which I still love her.
And
using
the thing is, Ahsoka was making sure to hold him off just for Hera to get with Chopper to freaking stop that.
To stop the
to transfer
the hyperdrive to leave. Yeah, which again, a good way to progress the story without needing a particular device, like a singular item that would have to make it all progress anyways.
Yeah.
Like it's still going to keep going. I would even argue, like, if they never got the map in the first place, I think it would still lead to the same direction. I think they would still have gotten to that point of them. Like if there was just the bad guys who had the map from get-go, from day one, it still would have led to Ahsoka and Sabine and Syndulla all going to find, this new ship.
Yep.
That would be taken off later.
Yep. And I did like the moments with it felt very Rebels again.
Yeah.
Hera and Chopper are just arguing.
Chomper is, I love R2-D2, but Chomper takes the sass from R2 and ramps it like tenfold.
Oh my God.
Like, no, I didn't touch your stuff.
Chopper's war crimes rival that of freaking Darth Vader and Tarkin. I tell you that. Dear Lord, I love that droid.
That droid is hilarious.
And you can hear the voice because Dave Filoni plays the voice of Chopper. He's like,
no, I didn't touch your stuff. Did you check under the battery? But that's how Chopper was in the show too.
Yes.
Chopper was so much so, like he would blame other people for his mistakes.
Yes.
Oh man, it was again a good. I think the first two episodes had a good. It was a good movie to watch to lead into the later episodes.
Yeah.
It was a good introduction. And then we started getting into episode 3. Are we going to move into episode 3 now?
Yeah, I think we're going to move on.
All right,
let's finish off episode 2.
Okay. What else you need to say on episode 2?
I love the connection between Rebels season 4 ending of the mural with the ending of episode 2 with Sabine.
With the mural?
Yes, coming back. And I loved how the mural actually looks like the animated mural from Rebels season 4.
I love how they kept that design.
Yes.
Like, it looks like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Which to me now, if I were to tell people like, oh, why would you go back and watch the cartoon? I would almost be like, imagine there's somebody sitting around a fire and all you have is that mural behind you. And this person is telling the story of the heroes of Lothal. Like a kid would imagine that image in their head. So when we watch the Rebels cartoon show, it's almost like it is designed for kids, but it's almost like through the eyes of a child.
Yes.
What it would have looked like, what they would have seen, what they would remember, or what the stories are being told to them, what their imagination might be playing in. I feel like all of the cartoon stuff now is like somebody else telling us those stories, and the live action is like what's happening in the real time, so to speak.
Yep. And I feel that it's okay for Dave Filoni to retcon what he did with the ending of Rebel Season 4 to transfer it over to the live adaptation. I think that was fine.
Which part did he retcon?
He retconned the whole, like, Ahsoka was wearing the white attire. And the white staff, kind of like she looked like Gandalf in a way.
Oh, I remember that. Okay. I mean,
it didn't bother me.
You gotta change her look anyways, just for her to be able to, like, in the show, her head tails.
Yeah.
Like, they're tall. But physically, you can't really do the same type of choreography and movement that you would do with that.
It actually did better with
like that size.
Yeah.
But it just practically it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But it did better with this time around, updating the features.
Hey everyone, and thank you for stopping by at Geekin' Out and checking out this video. I'm Gabe from Archetype, and if you could please, do all the things. Subscribe, like, comment, share, promote this to the world. Make sure the leaders of all nations see this, and let's spread the joy of geeking out together. Because that's the only way we get to make an empire. It's not just me, it's not just Nad, it's together. I hope you all have a lovely day and a lovely evening and a lovely morning or whatever it is, wherever you're watching. And I guess me and Nat will see you on the next one. Until then, later. All right, I'm gonna like that way. See you guys later.